Let's go over a real-time edit of one of my photo shoots. Here we're looking at one of them as shot in order. You can see I went through the house first, then outside to the backyard, and then to the front and done. So first step, I bring them all in, I import them. I've actually taken the time to take my brackets. So here's the main bracket, darker bracket, the brighter bracket, and then basically setting this one, I infused them. So I've already taken all the brackets, I've infused them. So when I get in the car, I import all the images on my laptop. I go through them real quick, make sure everything looks good. I auto stack all these and then I set it up to batch infuse them all. So I do this in the car. This is what it looks like when it's done and ready to go. So first thing, I take all the interiors. This one's just a dud shot. I had the wrong settings. I have a set preset, so post infuse. So all these haven't been infused. These are all my exteriors except for two. I use my default exteriors daylight uh, preset. That'll take care of those guys. This one was infused, so I'll go back. Interiors, infuse. This one, I did not infuse it. I'm going to hit X to delete X, basically say it's garbage. So first thing, I want the front of the house. I'm going to reorder these because I knew they were the order I wanted. They look a little dark, so I'm just going to take the exposure over here, bump it up a couple of notches. So when you hit the small arrow, it just does 1/3 stop. Right off the get-go, this is going to be a real-time edit. I'll share some of my tips and tricks and how I do it really quick. First up, I do use the loop deck live. So it is set up for my presets. It's set up for Lightroom, so I can use the exposure dials, dial up and down, and I'll just tell you what I'm doing, but visually you can't see it. So right off the bat, go over the develop module. Let's just hide this so you guys can see a little better. Oops. So right off the get-go, I want to crop out that corner, so I'm going to hit crop, or art is crop. Bring in that side, go to the next one. This is the dead on shot. Unfortunately, there's a car in the way, but it got the whole house. Again, hit R to crop. Bring in this side. I only want to show the property and then center it as best possible. Next up, I went a little closer on the driveway, get more of the house in the foreground. Next, we're going inside the house. So basically, it's just infused so far. I'm going to give it a little bump of brightness. I have a preset that takes out some of the orange, so I'm just going to apply that preset. Looks a little blasted. The shot, a little dark, so I'm going to bring up the shadows. Really dark couch against a bright background. Next, we're looking the opposite way towards dining room. You'll see on the left side over here, it seems like that chair's a little stretched. So I have a preset that changes the aspect ratio a bit and kicks that out. Use my preset for removing some of the orange. Now the wood tone looks a little better. Now I have a second shot. Usually when I have a second shot, something's changed in the scene and I delete it. I might have just got interrupted, I think, by the realtor and forgot I already shot it. So next, I'm going to brighten this one up. I'm going to remove that orange. You'll see the floor disappear a bit. So it's not popping in your eyes. Kitchen looks a little dark, and just dial it up a bit with the exposure. Going in, again, dialing up the exposure a bit, making it brighter, changing the angle up. I'm going to remove some of that orange. You'll see it in the background way to the left, disappear. Now we're looking towards the opposite way. You'll get lots of blue light coming from the windows behind you, so I have a preset to remove some of the blue. You'll see some of it disappear. Next, we're stepping back, so I want to show the dining room in relationship to the kitchen, so that's why I use this angle. Stepping back. Next, we're looking the opposite way, towards another living room. We're going to dial it up. I'm going to dial down the temperature a bit. I can see a bit of this fan on the side, which I do not like, so I'm just going to crop it back, and I'm cropping it from the ceiling, so I don't keep the floor We pull out some of the orange in the floor, not much. We change our angle up. Again, bring the temperature down. Remove some of that orange so it looks more wood tone versus orange. We took this shot. I know the next one, we changed something up. There's something on the floor to the left. So I hit X to delete and change this. Take some of that orange out of the scene. Next, this one looks a little off with white balance. So I hit the W for white balance. So I know this is white. There we go. It's getting better. It was purpley room. Same thing here. White. Closets are white. Good. Again, we're just gonna use that dress for white. Looks good. Bring up the brightness. Next, very small bathroom. Not one of my favorite shots ever, but it was very tight, as most bathrooms are. White balance looks off a little here. We'll hit the W. Again, I'll do the same things. Probably gonna find on the white balance, just slightly fix it. I might use these closets instead. Bring it up the brightness. Next, this is the overview of the whole bedroom. Double check the white balance. It doesn't look good. We'll go over here. Move it to orange. We'll go with this. I'm going to take out some of the blue that's coming from the window. As it looks good. Next, we go in the teeny weeny bathroom. House with small bathrooms. I shot a horizontal and a vertical. I usually do not do many verticals, so this is rare. So we'll do that so you can see the floor. Next bedroom, brighten it up a bit. Just looking back the other way to show the closet. Down the hallway to show the washer and dryer and a little flow between rooms. Take out the orange that's really popping on the floors. Now we head into the basement. The basement actually had a kitchenette, so I like, if it has a basement suite, I like going to the kitchen. It really clicks to the brain right away that, hey, we're in a different area. There's possibility for someone to live down here. Oops, a little too. I'm just dialing down the brightness. Let's take out the orange that you see in the top right. Going back, tying in the living room to that kitchen. I'm going to pull out some of that blue that you see in the kitchen. Try to even it up a bit with white balance. Maybe take out some of this orange in the foreground. Same thing here, a little bit of orange. We got blue in the lights and blue coming from the windows. Let's even it out a little bit. I am going to stretch it higher. The TV looks a little too long. That's the tough thing using a wide angle. This bedroom, nothing great. It's a basement bedroom. I see a little blip here, so I'm just gonna use the spot removal tool. Done. This bedroom had a mattress still left and a bunch of junk to the right, so this is the best we can do. Small little bathroom, bigger than the other two. We're looking into the laundry area now. I see some blue on that actual, on the left side, so I'm gonna kind of get that out, and then I'll hit the orange too and just make it look prettier. We've got two contrasting colors, two different lights. This is the bedroom down there. Again, there's junk right beside me, so I'm just trying to make it look good and have a picture, I guess, of a bedroom. All right, heading into the backyard. I'm going to tighten this up so we see less of that ugly cloud up top, more of the house. So I'm just using the crop tool, tight to the house. Some more blue sky, so I don't have to fake the blue sky and Photoshop it in. Looks good. I might bring up some exposure, some of the shadows. Looking at the little, well, big shed, I guess. Lots of storage room in it. Towards the deck now. Looking at the yard. Some a little out of order that I would like. I'll dial this down. It looks a little bright inside the shed. And we're back to the deck again. It looks like it's leaning to the right, so I am going to use the crop tool. And if you go to the right of it, you'll see it turns into arrows, and then we can just straighten that out. I'm going to hit G for grid, go back to the grid mode, and I am going to clean these last ones up because they seem a little out of order. So I like showing the back of the house. We'll show the deck. Now we're going around the yard. That way, that way. Actually, I'll change these two. We'll go that way, back, shed, inside the shed. Looking back from the deck will be here. And this one, because it's X'd out or a reject, that's why it's grayed out. I'll put little thumbnails down. Oops. Make sure you guys can see them. So now I have a filter set up. You can set this up yourself. You create a one called rejected. So I just find all the rejected, select them all, create a folder, call it X, and include the selected. And bam, they're all in there. I just take a quick look. It doesn't look, something looks off or something doesn't match in brightness. Looks all good. Select all, export. I have some presets. Mine's final full. So it's basically going to take all of these photos. It's again full res. I just change quality a little bit down so it keeps the file size down to 85 and just puts it in a final folder and hit export. And that's it for the editing process. After this, I will take it from edit, take all those files, upload it to HD Photo Hub, which I love and use, and this is my delivery system to my clients. So it will export all those, and that's the next part. If you love this, watch my HD Photo Hub, why you like that one, and I hope to do more of these editing ones. Thank you.